Steffen, we're happy to have you here in our video podcast. Before we started the camera, we already started to discuss a little bit the results of this year's Gamification and Serious Games Summit, and you kind of came up with the suggestion that in the last years, two different camps of game designers started to exist. Would you like to explain that a little bit?
Yep. So I think that I sense that there was a time when people were thinking, I'm talking about serious games now, right?
Yeah.
There was a time when people were thinking that serious games could be serious business, and it is in a certain way, but you always need big companies in order to make big projects that are catering to people's tastes and aesthetic dispositions, these kinds of things. But it seems to me that because of the gamification debate, everything that seems to or tries to take on games to, change the world, let people be inspired, train them, all these things, that they become almost, or people sense that they attack that what is originally a game, So there's a game camp that says, just leave me alone, I want to make games and enjoy the fantasy, or create it so that other people can enjoy the fantasy. And then there's the other camp where people are, thinking that games should purposefully invade real life. And almost aggressively they're tackling one another. Although the ones who are wanting to change real life, they're not attacking anyone because they believe they will win, or they've already won anyways. So there's a sense of sort of, and maybe it's just me personally, but I've had several conversations, and people seem sort of, really, One is almost like sometimes has a sect feel to it, change life must be a game, and the others say, well, no, leave it alone, And
we don't say any names.
We don't say any names. You could even break it down even further. So I'm going to take this as a plug for a project.
Of course.
So actually, I was thinking about the whole gamification debate and tried to make a little fun of it. So this is more like a collectible. It's not really a game per se, and it's a collectible of card. We called it Gamification: The Rhetoric Wars. So this is a project from my new lab and a friend of mine, Paul Colton from Lancaster University in the UK. And so we tried to put these different types of people who were discussing gamification in different camps.
Yeah.
So we have 5 camps here.
Yeah.
And so there's the California Sunshine Guild that believes, it's rather utopian, we believe, thinks that we can save the world happily playing. Then there's the Magic Circle Guild, not that utopian, but they're just, very sort of, leave us alone. And unless it's a game, and not a game, we're not going to talk to you. We have the Opportunistic Guild.
Yeah.
Pointsification is the marketing tool to milk the online generation. They're straight in the middle. And then we have the Cynical Guild. The game apocalypse is upon us. Give us a budget, we'll make it fun. A little dystopian. And then there is, of course, the Critical Theory Guild.
Which I choose, actually.
Which I probably would choose too,
okay.
I guess.
Oh, you didn't choose
Being
yet.
European, Well,
yeah,
no,
that's
actually,
how we are,
I'm wearing the opportunistic card today. We're doomed to lose the digital life game. Bring booze and let's debate ad infinitum. So I'm just making fun a bit of the whole discussion. Try to, sit on top of it, and
I think this is a healthy way.
I think so too. Well, it's something that I was taught by my supervisor when I did my doctorate. So always sit on top.
You just mentioned that your new lab. You're just starting. You're on your way, actually, almost going to Melbourne, to Australia, where you start a new lab. Would you like to add another sentence or two about what are your plans there? Mm-hmm. Are you lost for Europe?
No, not at all.
Not really.
So the idea is I'm starting a lab at the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, RMIT University, in Melbourne, and we'll have a satellite location in Stuttgart, Germany. So whoever wants to come and do a PhD on weird and experimental games, please be in touch. Be aware that as a German, you still have to pay fees for doing the PhD. So that's it's a chance that was given to me to sort of build. It's called G-Lab.
Okay.
And G-Lab stands for Games and Experimental Entertainment. The idea is to really look beyond and try to build, innovation, do new stuff, not only mechanically, but really try to look at, fashion, sports, these types of things, bring them together with games. Also think about gamification.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact. I've been doing this stuff for quite a while. So I started off with serious games. Earlier on, I was in the web world, web agency world, and so I've been trying to look at ways how you could really gamify. I don't like the word really, but everyone's using it now these days. So I'm trying to look at ways to gamify, pre-existing activities and this kinds of things. So the G Lab will be around, and I'm excited, and it's new, and it's a good thing, and it will be Australian and European. So
of course,
it means a lot of traveling, I suppose,
that's the hard part of the story.
That's the exhausting part.
Yeah, but I think we will stay in touch, and we
Definitely.
discussed already the collaborations, and
Yes.
so all the best for your future in Down Under.
Down under and up here, and you're doing a great job with the Cologne Games Lab. I really like seeing what you're doing, so that's cool. Thanks for having me.
I'm honored.